agencies. So it has all the city agencies in there. So basically, it's instead of you calling 311, you get to talk to a live person.
Okay.
So I mean, I want to have my own business as Kimberly. She always say, because I've always advocate, I always think outside the box. I know that our department, I work for the mayor office public engagement unit, which is HRA home support units. So our role as our department to get clients out of the shelter. So instead of you're not in a shelter, you're in a community. So we have to get more because there are more people in the shelter, been in the shelter system for a long time. So our department's main focus to get clients keys in their hand. But we have to work with DHS. I believe in it's all about networking with different city agencies, nonprofit shelter providers to get clients to go to the shelters to educate the shelter staff that we're here. We get apartments, like we get a lot of 3 bedrooms, which they can't fill because DHS won't give us the large family shelters. So,
That makes no sense.
well, what it is, they have their own department, like DHS, Department of Homeless Service, they have their own department that deals with apartment seekers, like registration. But I feel that we all work for this main, like the main goal is to stop, like to help people to get out, the homeless population, to educate them so they won't come back like prison. Like when people get out of prison or jail, whatever you want to call it, their goal is to stay away from that environment to because it's just to get your keys alone. It's not easy. Every day is I have to advocate to get clients that I've never met to get them keys because I would feel if I was in that situation, I want somebody to help me. And, I go above the call of duty because the struggle is real in New York and around the world. So, and coming from that background, working in an environment, when you have people who don't care if they don't like you, your paperwork sits there because a housing package, you got to know people from DHS, NYCHA, HPD. You have the state levels too, New York State Homes Community Renewal. So I feel that when you work in social service, you should be able to reach out to everybody to get people keys in their hand. But a lot of people are lazy, to be honest. They don't care about people until it happens to them.
Right.
So
That's with
I'm
a lot
all
of
about.
things.
I'm just grateful that Kim told me because I was like, oh my God, I'm trying to do positive stuff. Um, I'm always about advocating, and that's what I do. That's what I'm good at. I mean,
So So a little about me. I started at the DA. Well, I did not start at the DA office. I just left the DA office in December, started my own venture, nonprofit, the Great Parents Club, for profit, Harville Consulting. Played with my nonprofit all spring to the summer, forward facing, and then behind the scenes, I did a lot with my business. And now I'm currently Dad, turn that right off, turn it off real quick. Or turn it down. Or matter of fact, take the pot, lift it, the top, and put the top back down and turn it down a little bit. Um, so what I'm hearing from you is that you want to embark on your own situation like him. And what I'm going to say is do it. And the same way you have all of these resources, that's what I did. I took all my resources and I used it to build out my brand. I made personal connections when I was out and about connecting with folks. People have my real number in their phone. So therefore, I have a real connection with you, right? When I wanted to put together any of my outreach events, any of my whatever, I'm calling people I know or met along the way. And then I'm informing people on information that I do have. So with you having information that can help people, I think it's your duty at this point to be able to inform them. And the best place to be when you work for yourself is to be an asset to others, and help others. Hold on one second.
okay.
Thanks for joining, Dina. So last minute, I appreciate you.
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to get stuff done. I'm all about business. I mean, I went to work today. I work for the state as well, New York Oasis. So I worked 7 to 3, and then I had to go to the store. So I'm trying to do so many things.
But I appreciate you because you're going to get valuable information. So I appreciate you because I appreciate you because it's all about helping one another. You know how we do.
Yes, that's why we're in a new season. I got a lesson, new winning season. We're not gonna no negative energy. We're trying to do positive. Well, we all doing positive stuff.
Come on, Dina, with it. Come on, Dina, with it. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get started. I don't want to keep y'all longer than I have to, right? We are recording, so I appreciate y'all very much. I am going to put us in a open screen share and welcome, welcome, welcome to Bag the City, right? The DOC vendor checklist. So what is Bag the City? Bag the City is a webinar, seminar, podcast, whatever. I don't know what it is at this point, where I give information around how to get yourself in a structure to be able to become a vendor with the city. Like there's certain things that you need to do. A little about me, as I mentioned, I've worked for just about every city agency and didn't realize it until like early this year when I was putting together my resume. Because four of the agencies I worked for, I worked in one organization, but it still counts, right? Because they paid the organization for me to work for them under their contracts. So the first was DOP, Department for Probation. I worked as a youth mentor for 4 months. The second was NYCHA, the Mayor's Office of Criminal Justice. I worked as Alternative to Incarceration Facilitator. The third was Department of Corrections. I worked as a outreach engagement person for a program called Lock from Rikers. The fourth was the Mayor's Action Plan, which is DYCD now, but it used to be MOPS, Mayor of MOPJ. It used to be MOPJ when I started. I did that for about a year. I left that job from overseeing 3 different developments in NYCHA to then working at the DA office. All of this between 2020 and now. All this between 2020 and last year. So I am currently like I said, working for myself, giving out information. Get it? I'm currently working for myself, giving out information as much as I can from a standpoint of how to bag the city, right? Also, how to make it equitable. I feel like there's so many people out here that know it but don't tell you, right? And they can't tell you how because they either hired somebody to do it or they knew somebody in the system, as you mentioned earlier, right? So the goal is to know me as the system, know me as the resource, know each other as the resource. Come back here, reflect, do what you need to do, right? And make sure that you're getting the information right. I feel like I had a friend I asked one time, hey, how do you write a grant? Because I was told he got a $10,000 grant. People like, just go write a grant, Rema, go write a grant. And I'm like, okay, how do you write it? He said, Rema, this is how you write it. What you do is you do it like if you go into the grocery store and you make a list of everything you need, and then you put a price next to that list, and then you submit it and just spend the money on what you told them you're going to spend it on. That sounds so simple. The truth is not. The first thing you need is $10,000 if you're going for a $10,000 grant. Now, what about fellowships? In order to have a fellowship, you have to have a program. So you can't get that either. So all the avenues where there's funding for us, we have no idea how to navigate that. So my hopes is to navigate. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about this. I also want to encourage y'all to write in the chat as much as possible. For those that's watching on YouTube, definitely write inside of the comments. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe right now. And this is our 4th week. So far, we have done your Fundability Checklist, which tells you everything you need to have for the city in total. The second week, we did Department of New York City Housing Authority. The third week, we did DOE, Department of Education, and now we're doing DOC. So securing, and I'm going to be reading quite a bit if y'all don't mind. As long as y'all don't mind, I'm good. So if you don't mind, put a 1 in the chat. Throw a 1 in the chat.
I'm gonna do that.
Sure. I know that y'all don't mind. All right, I see y'all. All right, the first part is securing New York City Department of Correction DOC contracts, navigate the opportunities in New York City's correction system, and build meaningful partnerships that create lasting impact for justice and reform, right? Excuse me. So tonight we're talking about one of the most overlooked agencies in New York City contract in the Department of Corrections, When most people hear DOC, they think Rikers. I think opportunity, right? So that's just what it is. Opportunity. I remember going to Rikers Island and inside of RNDC, and I mentioned this last week. And RNDC and Rikers Island, I can't tell you what those letters stand for. Just Google it if you need it. And it's the youth population at the time. This was in 2021, 2022. And in the basement, they had simulations of different programming to enrichment programming for them to take to the next level. They had barbering, auto mechanic, engineering, like music engineering, the podcasting. They had driving a car. They had a game room. They had a gym. They had all kind of like amenities, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." So, in order to use those amenities, they have to partner with outside programming and social programming. So today we're gonna talk about what that looks like for y'all that's interested in bagging the city. How we gonna get out of this? All right, cool. Why does DOC contracts matter? New York City Department of Corrections represents one of the city's most significant contracting opportunities with a substantial budget dedicated to essential services that directly impact thousands of lives daily. $1.1 billion was recorded for the fiscal year 2023 budget. Now, I always say fiscal year. So FY stands for fiscal year. Fiscal year is usually at the beginning of July to the end of June. So the first day of July to the next June. We are currently in 2025, but the fiscal year we are in 2026. So it says DOC's total expense budget according to New York City Office of Management and Budget. 6,000 daily population detainees served across Rikers Island and borough facilities. Daily population. There's no way one program or one organization can feed all of these people. There's no way that just never happens. So, what are we doing about it? What do DOC buy? Right? What they buy. The Department of Corrections procurement needs span 6 major categories, each representing significant contract opportunities for specialized vendors. Food and commissary, meal preparation, dietary services, and commissary operations for thousands of daily meals. Security systems and uniforms, advanced security technology, surveillance systems, and staff uniform procurement. Transportation and logistics, secure transport, services, logistics, coordination, and supply chain management. Workforce development, reentry programs, job training skills, and skills development initiatives for successful reintegration. Usually that's where we are. We are usually programmed that come in to help with job training, skills development, emotional intelligence, regulation, things of that nature, right? Faculty, facility management, janitorial services, building maintenance and infrastructure, support across multiple facilities, and health and counseling services, substance use treatment, mental health and counseling, and educational program delivery, right? This is what they buy. I know what they buy because I was under one of their contracts. They definitely buy these things. But if you don't know, you don't know, right? So let's go to the next screen. Get set up. Establishing your foundation with DOC requires completing essential registration and outreach steps that position you for contract opportunities. The first, I've been saying this since week 1, register with Passport, right? Register your business. It's free. If you got an LC, it's free. Register with Passport, have your EIN number, everything ready and set up. Complete your vendor registration in New York City's officials procurement system. This is your gateway to all city contracting opportunities. I get an email once a week. I think I get it on Sundays because I think I got it today. That tells me all of the opportunities in the city, all of the opportunities like that they have available. And it reminds me to go to them. So I'm asking y'all to do the same. Right? All right.
Yeah.
Green Book Online, New York City website has a lot of important contracts concerning New York City agencies. So can you give me the link to Green Book Online while you're mentioning that so I can read it to the folks as well?
Let me see if I can get it. I'm trying to. Oh, I don't. Sorry.
Thank you, Dina.
I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it. I don't know if I can do it because I put it on my iPhone. Wait, let me see if I
You
can
could
get
just read it out.
It's
Kim, if she reads it, can you type it?
it, it's the Green Book Online NYC Green Book Online NYC. It has all. If they click on city, there see city, and then it has all the city. And instead of you calling 311, you get to talk to a live
Slow
person.
down, slow down, slow down. What's the website?
The Green Book Online NYC.
Okay, so it's called the
No, green. It's called the Green Book Online NYC.
Is Green Book
Online.
or is it the Green Book?
I believe it's the Green Book Online in
Green Book
book on
Online
NYC.
NYC dot.
No, just put this NYC. It should come up online. Yeah.
So is it dot NYC or dot com?
I think it's that. I'm not sure, but if you just
So
say
let me search for it. It's okay. Let me search for it really quick.
yeah, because that's important.
So let's go to .com. I'm gonna put the Green Book
Online NYC.
Online.
NYC.
Now we're gonna go to the website. I'm gonna put it in the chat. So this is so it's underneath the .gov
Yes.
services. So it's in nyc.gov and you're gonna search Green Book Online. Okay, so you could go to nyc.gov / Green Book. That's what you're gonna look for. So that's how you find the Green Book online. Thank you for that, Dina.
Yes, we have to help each other. I'm all about networking and giving people resources. As Kim said, I'm the queen of resources. I've helped people get keys, save people's homes. I mean, I did a lot. I'm doing still process. So
I'm very happy for you to be here.
thank you.
Thank you. All right. The next piece is contact DOC procurement office. Reach out directly to be added to their vendor interest list and receive notifications about upcoming events, right? Review current opportunities, study active DOC bids and RFPs to understand their procurement patterns and requirements and evaluation criteria. So now what I want to do is find this. So I like doing research in the midst of talking to y'all. Is that okay? Can we do
Yes,
research together? So
yes,
what I want to do is I want to find out the how do we contact their procurement office because this is interesting, right? We talking about going to get their money, but we don't know how to talk to them. Am I right?
yes,
Right? So let's go to Google. I'm not sure if y'all can see my screen.
yes,
Can you see me going to Google?
yes.
How
Yes.
do we paste? Yep. How do we contact DOC procurement? So we contact them through the mock service portal. Okay. And it says contact New York City Department of Correction Procurement Office, email the specific solicitation contact listed in passport system for that particular opportunity. For general inquiries about procurement process, contact the Mayor's Office of Contracts Services, MOX, at Mox outreach at cityhall.nyc.gov or submit a support ticket through Mox service desk portal. So for anybody that's looking to just like have a general question around the procurement process, you want to go to Mox outreach at cityhall.nyc.gov. However, if you're going for a specific thing that you found in passport, then you need to do it differently. So you will have to go through the passport system for that. Are we clear?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Next is review current opportunities, study active DOC bids and RFPs to understand their procurement patterns, requirements, and evaluation data. So if you're just jumping in, you don't want to jump in here. You kind of want to see how they're putting it out there, right? A RFP, a request for proposals. So how is they requesting these proposals? Do they need more social work people? Do they need more janitorial people? And you should have an LC business in this field. I'm also going to talk about insurance in a second. Are we good with that?
Yes.
Yes, we like to talk about insurance. Compliance and security. This is the part. DOC contracts require a highest level of security compliance and documentation. Meeting these requirements is non-negotiable for contract award. Staff security clearances ensure all personnel personnel complete comprehensive background checks and obtain necessary security clearances for correctional facility access. Insurance documentation, upload current certificates for general liability, workers' compensation, and bonding coverage. Now, I don't know what bonding is. Remember, I mentioned this like 2 weeks ago, Kim, about bonding, and I didn't get into it. I'm getting into it tonight. Coverage is required by contract and specifications. And then also a reference portfolio. Provide detailed references from similar correctional, government, or high security work demonstrating your capability and reliability. So I would say if you worked for the city and other capacities, right, you would have to get certain things done. Like when I worked for DOC, I needed a fingerprint. But when I went into the DA office, they did an intensive background check. Like it was just deep. And that's pretty much what they're saying. Like if you already did that, who did you work for to get those things done? So if you had to do fingerprinting, if you had to go into DOC before, if you had to do anything, who was those references, right? That's your reference portfolio. So I want to read the insurance that covers that they're looking for. Would y'all mind? Give me 1 second. I think I missed something. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But I can hear y'all. Okay, I'm back. Y'all ready for this insurance?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Insurance, required insurance for DOC contracts. DOC and all NYC agencies require vendors to show proof of insurance before starting work, even if it's small contract. Here's what you need and why. General liability insurance. We talked about this last week. What it covers is protects your business if someone gets hurt or property gets damaged while you're working. Typical coverage is around 1 million per occurrence, 2 million aggregate, right? Example, if a staff member damages equipment inside DOC facility, this insurance covers the cost. I have Next Insurance. No, do not pay me and do not endorse me for this, but I like it. And Kim, after I told Kim about it, Kim went and got some too. So here we go. The next is workers' compensation insurance. Covers medical bills and lost wages if an employee gets injured on the job. Who needs it? All businesses with employees, even part-time. Example, if your staff slip in the facility, workers' comp pays for their care, not the city. Disability insurance, DBL, what it covers, pays part of an employee's wages if they get hurt or sick outside of work. Who needs it? Required in New York State for all employers with at least one employee. Automobile liability insurance, what it covers, protects your business if a vehicle used for DOC work causes injury or damage. Vendors who drive, deliver, or transport goods to people, that's who needs it. And typical coverage amount is 1 million combined with single limit. Umbrella access liability insurance, sometimes required. What it covers is adds extra protection above your general liability limits for high value or high risk contracts. We like high value contracts, am I right?
Yes.
We want a couple of million. I need $1 million. I'll get that insurance. I need $1 million. Okay. For example, a $2 million facility maintenance contract, DOC might require an additional 3 million umbrella policy. Okay. Professional liability, errors and omission. Only if you're providing counseling, education, or reentry programs, you need this liability, professional liability. I have professional liability insurance. What it covers is it protects you if your professional advice or program causes harm or loss. Example, you're running a reentry counseling program and the client files a complaint that this covers legal costs. Crime or fidelity bond, right? Hold on 1 second. You okay? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna call you right back. So, crime or fidelity bond, if handling cash, commissary, or inventory, what it covers, protects DOC from theft or fraud by your staff. Vendors who manage commissary goods or money must carry a fidelity bond. So y'all get that, right? That's where that bond comes in at. That's one of the bonds. Proof of coverage. Before DOC finalizes your contract, you'll need to upload your certificates of insurance, COI, and passport with the following details. DOC listed as certificate holder. New York City listed as additional insured. So these are things that you need to do for your insurance. It says your policy must match the contract dates and limits. So everything should come together. Pro tip, if you're a small business or nonprofit, you can get affordable coverage through NYC SBS Preferred Insurance Brokers, New York State Insurance Fund for Workers' Comp, your business bank's small business insurance partners, right? And I think I have, I have one more thing to share. I think, hold on one second. I wanted to share with y'all the definition of a bond. So bonding in business, here it is. Bonding is a type of financial protection like insurance um that guarantees a company will finish the job it was hired to do and do it the right way. If a company does not complete the work, it makes a serious mistake. The bond company pays the client, in this case, the city or DOC, to fix the problem. Example, DOC required, there we go. DOC required a $50,000 performance bond to make sure the cleaning company finished all contracted work at Rikers, right? Types of bonds common in New York and the city contracts. A bid bond protects the city if you win a bid but don't sign the contract. Performance bond guarantees you'll complete the work as promised. Payment bond ensures your subcontractors and suppliers get paid. So these bonds, right? I'm going to read it again. Bonding is a type of financial protection like insurance, but it's not, right? That guarantees a company will finish the job it was hired to do and do it the right way. The company doesn't complete the work or make a serious mistake, the bond company pays the client. So you pay the bond out of the monies that you're going to get, right? And then if you don't finish it, the bond company will pay the city back. That's pretty much what they're saying. But this is very important information. How do y'all feel about that?
That's serious. I mean, at least that you know what you're signing up for and you're educating yourself about the do's and the don'ts so you can protect yourself.
Yep.
Knowledge
I
is
think so
power.
too.
Know your worth and add tax to it.
For me, it's the language. The language is important when dealing with these contracts and stuff. Knowing the language.
I believe so too. And speaking of language, my school, I'm getting ready to change it up a little bit. I do have a school account, but what I think I'm going to do is something a little different because I want to make sure that it's accessible right away. Starting next week, we will be going straight to YouTube. I'm going to be using my StreamYard account. And only the subscribers like you guys, I'm hoping to be subscribers, will be able to talk back and forth. But in order for you to get the documents that I had on school, you'll just purchase them from my Gumroad store. Hold on, I have to sneeze. Oh, it felt so good, and then it went away. Oh,
Bless you.
thank you so much. Okay, so stand out from competition. Success in DOC contracting requires strategic positioning that demonstrates your unique value proposition and commitment to the corrections mission. DOC specific capability statement, right? Craft a targeted capability. I'm keep saying it wrong. Please excuse me. Craft a targeted capability statement emphasizing safety protocols, security expertise, reentry program, experience, and accountability measures that align with DOC priorities. Do y'all know what a capability statement is?
I don't know.
Kim?
Yes. I
Yeah,
do. A capability statement is basically your business resume. It lists your core competencies, what partnerships, what partnerships that you worked with. It lists your NAICS code, which is your industry code, and then it also lists your DUNS number. It lists all those things. It's your business resume.
it is your business resume. I'm trying to pull one up. Y'all can still see my screen?
Yes.
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 So I want to show you an example. I literally had to write one myself the other day, and I was like, let me see if it's going to let me do it. It's not going to let me see it big. All right. So I'm trying to find a bigger picture without having to go through all of this. Just something simple. View image. Can we do that? Thank you. So this is what it usually look like, right? So you usually have your information at the top. You know, it does say capability statement on it somewhere. And it says about the business, your core competencies, as she mentioned, as Kim mentioned, past performances, who you worked with. And this one is really good because I think this one is talking about like security, actually, right? Consultant and contract and services, codes and certificates. So these are all the certificates they got. These are all their codes. So NAICS codes and DUNS number, cage code. So this is when you get you're in the federal system, you'll get your cage code when you're with like Sam's and Dunn's. You can get a Dunn's for free through Dunn's. I think it's Bradshaw and Dunn's or Brad something and Dunn's. Don't hold me to it, y'all. Go do your homework, as I always tell you. And then the core competencies, right? This is all explain the core competencies. Kim, go ahead. Break it down.
Unmute. Kim had to learn about the computer. The core competencies is what basically what you have what you have done, what your business is about, and what it does. Like for me, it's respite care, workforce development, and direct support services. So those will be my core competencies.
Yes, ma'am. So when you putting this together, if you have Canva, you could use Canva, ask Canva, like, can you help me with like look up a capability? And it's always capability and the compatibility too. I think it's a compatibility statement as well. It's just those two words be getting me, okay? However, I also want to stress that you use your chat GPT too, right? If your chat knows your business well, ask chat to like give you word by word, layer by layer of what it is. Let me see if I can pull up mine really quick from Canva that I did the other day. Legit the other day. I'm putting in a contract in the morning and I had to have like all of this stuff together. And I did this. And I also did my logo, which was really fire. I'm happy for my logo. So this is mine here.
Oh,
And what
that's
I did was I did something really pretty on it just to give it some kind of flair because I needed a little bit of flair, you know? Let me see. Let me close this out. Let me make this a little bigger. So you see, I have a lot that I've done. So
oh wow.
you see, so my differentiators. Why am I different? Boom, right here, right? Core competencies, my name, my information, who we are, the business designation codes. We're gonna get that together. So that's the same codes we just saw earlier, right? And then, right, past performances, and then summary value proposition. Because I'm just extra. But you see the little cute designs I did on the side? I was
Yes.
like, it just looks so plain. Like I needed something with some right? And then I also have to change the logo because my logo now has my name in it. But nonetheless, if this is something that you want to do and move forward with, you should have this for you. Okay. Now, with that being said, the next piece is relationships, develop professional relationships, DOC procurement officers through regular communication, industry events, and demonstrate your commitment to their missions. So, can I give some advice real quick? Yeah, ready?
Yes.
There's several programs all through our community that is partnered with the Department of Probation. I think the easiest way to get into DOC would be working with one of those programs as a subcontract. So you have like and it's Carnegie Hall is one of the organizations that work with Department of Probations and also do subcontracting for programs. So if you have a program, you might want to partner with Carnegie Hall. Shout out to Community Connections for Youth. They hired me over the spring and the summer. I love them so much. They're also partnered with Department of Probation to take their youth, and they do youth programming. But because they're partnered and you might be partnered with them, right? Like my business now has been associated in some form of a way as a consultant, strategist, whatever, with an organization that partnered with them. So now I'm kind of like 6 degrees in the room. Does that make sense to y'all? Like 6 degrees in the room, right? Um, I want to also stress like reentry programs that's in the community. Go to them, see if you can partner with them with something you might want to do, right? There may be other opportunities, but you want to stick close to things that's on DOC. Any kind of mailing list you can get on around, Department of Corrections, around any of those organizations I just mentioned. You might want to get on their newsletter because whatever events they're doing, I
Yes.
promise you, Department of Probation is in the room. And if Department of Probation is in the room and you're one step next to them, then you'd be like, hey, can I work with you guys directly? And then if you're working with them directly, it's clear that you have a partnership with something that you needed high level security, maybe not high level pay, but high level security clearance to work with. So you look good in your performance resume part, right? So we're clear on the same page?
Yes.
Yes. And attend vendor sessions, right? So participate actively in vendor outreach sessions, pre-bid conferences, and industry days to stay informed and demonstrate your engagement with DOC initiatives. So with that being said, how many places can you find an event? That was rude. How many places can you find an event? Right? You can go to Eventbrite.
And
Hello.
right, yes,
You
yes.
can you can look up online. Hello. You can ask friends. You can go into these big group chats that y'all are all in and ask the right questions. I think that we don't utilize our network at all for anything. I promise you, like anything positive all the time. It'd be like, girl, when we go into the club, when we gonna do this. But anybody have a connection in Department of Corrections? And I say you should ask your network for everything. Like dig deep in your network because they even if you don't think your network is competent to have that or have it at all, any port, they might know somebody that have it. You understand? Like your network is your net worth, right?
Yes,
And let's say I'm in my group chat and I ask that question, somebody be like, my cousin does that. My sister does that. My niece does, my daughter, my son, my friend, my man does that. Like there's people that I talk to and they be like, oh, I got somebody for that. Of course you do. And if you do not have somebody for that, let me offer you this. Have you ever been told you're gonna get picked up by a car outside, like somebody coming to get you? Yes. You've been told that? Have you ever been told that before? That somebody's coming to pick you up?
no.
You've never been told I'm on my way to pick you up right now.
Probably later. I don't remember, no.
Not right this second. Have you even asked for an Uber cab ride or took a taxi?
Of course we took, yeah, of course.
Correct. So someone was coming to pick you up, right? And they told you the color of the car.
Yes.
And then that color of the car, while you're sitting there waiting for the 4 minutes, as you're looking around, the color of the car, everybody has that color car. I don't care what car color it is. It could be red, it could be orange, it could be pink. You've never seen so many pink cars in New York. I was about to say Harlem, in New York, ever in your life until I said I'm coming to pick you up in a pink car.
Yes. That's correct.
Because our brain hears something and is triggered to look for it. This is how we do manifestation too. But our brain is triggered to look for it. So if there was a way for you to look for something in that realm or in that sense, it's like Can you guys look and see if you see something? And now I'm alert. If somebody say, well, Rima, I'm looking for a job. Anytime I hear somebody's hiring, I know who to contact and let them know they're hiring. I don't need a job. So if I hear somebody's hiring, I'm all right, that's nice to know. I don't care. Right? But if I hear it and somebody's like, I got somebody for you. I got somebody for you. I'm gonna send them your way. What's the email? That's how we have to be when it comes down to these situations as well. Ask your people. You have a network for a reason. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I am back. Okay, so pros and cons analysis. Understanding both advantages and challenges of DOC contracting helps you to make informed decisions about pursuing these opportunities. The first, right, advantages. Steady, high value contracts, multi-year agreements, substantial budgets provide stable revenue streams and predictable business growth, right? Niche market opportunities, less competition than DOE contracts, creates better odds for qualified vendors willing to meet specialized requirements, and meaningful impact, direct contribution to justice reform and reentry successes, creates purpose-driven business opportunities, because that's what we're after, right? Purpose-driven business, right? Challenges, intense compliance requirements. Extensive security clearances and documentation create significant administrative burden and startup costs. Clearly, we just talked about $3 million insurance. Am I right or wrong? Right? Plus, you have to do all these security clearances, and that does cost some money out of your pocket before you can get the job. Extended negotiation timeline. Complex contracts require lengthy review and approval processes that can delay project starts and cash flow. So, again, partnering yourself with different organizations that's already inside, being subcontracted to go inside, you already have a name. And don't let people contract you under your regular name. If you're an LLC holder or a nonprofit or whatever it is, let them contract in every which way you do this. Because that's how I messed up at the beginning of the year. I had started getting contracted under my name, which will mess with your like income of your rent. It messes with everything, your taxes. Let your business be a business, okay? Y'all hear me? Let your business do what it does. Take it out of the dirt. Say, everybody, this is my business. Pay the business. I have a liability calls for a reason. Pay this business, not me. And then learn to pay yourself through owner's draw. But that's another conversation. We'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. Extended negotiation timeline, we talked about that, and limited service categories. Specialized nature of corrections work restricts opportunities to vendors with specific expertise and capabilities. Let me read that again slow. Limited service categories. Specialized nature of corrections work restricts opportunities to vendors with specific expertise and capabilities. So if they're not buying it, they're usually not buying it because it might violate somebody's personal beliefs. It might violate something. Much information. You know, these people are definitely behind bars and you can't do too much back there, right? And depending on what your service is, so you want to make sure that your service aligns with everything that I mentioned earlier. The next piece is DOC spends over 1 billion annually, yet small local vendors like us often don't compete. This represents a significant untapped opportunity for qualified, small local businesses willing to navigate the compliance requirements and build the necessary capabilities for corrections contracting, right? 15% small business participation, current estimate participation rate in DOC contracts. Are you serious? Just 15% of us. How many people you know got small businesses, bro? How many people you know got small businesses? This is a real question. Like, how many people you know? Quite a few. Am I right? Ladies, are y'all still there?
Oh yeah, yes.
Quite a few, right?
Quite
Then
a
it
few.
says, then it says
Um,
85% opportunity gap, potential market share available for qualified small vendors. So if you are listening to this video and you want to get into DOC, jump out the window. And I also offer you start today, right? So start right now. Because if you are putting your paperwork together, getting everything together over the next 2 months or whatever, by the time that time is up, everything is paid for. You got your insurances, you got your partnerships, you're doing everything you need to do. Then you go for it. And let's say it take another 3 months or whatever for you to get it. But baby, what is 1 billion annually? They got money to break off. I just need $1 million.
I just need a small fraction.
Am I alone?
No, we all need $1 million.
I just need a
No,
million. I don't want a lot. I don't need
I
a
don't need
lot.
a, I don't need a lot either.
I don't need a
Oh my,
lot. A billion is like 100 is 99 is 999 millions, right? 999,000 millions, right? Something like that. Listen, listen. I just want one. Like you're gonna keep the rest of this. Just give me one. I promise you, there's gonna be a women dance program in there. You hear me, Kim? We here?
oh my God, I could do so much with the mental health people. Oh my God, I could just.
Did you just get goosebumps, Kim? Get goosebumps, Kim. All right. So this is for y'all, right? Take action today to begin your journey, your next 3 steps, right? Towards securing DOC contracts. Use this framework to create your personalized action plan. First, define your specific action item and target completion date. Second, identify your next priority task and required resources. And 3, set your follow-up action and accountability measure. Remember, success in DOC contracting requires persistence, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to the corrections mission. Start one concrete step today. So, for those that are watching and those that are live with me right now, everything that I've led up to right now leads to this, right? So, you know what you don't have. If you're not in Passport, sign up to Passport. If you don't have the procurement information, you've seen it earlier today. We put it on the email. Get involved, ask them questions because there's somebody sitting in the city right now, sitting there not doing anything. Right this second, sitting at their desk, just waiting for an email to come and knocking out. Ask me how I know. Ask me. There have been days I was just sitting there like, I don't want to be here. This is so boring. I gained like 40 pounds sitting at this desk. Okay. If you're interested, and it's so serious, just ask the question. Somebody's waiting to talk to you. So definitely hit them up and link with them. And with that being said, as we wrap up, DOC contracts aren't just about dollars, they're about changing lives inside and outside the system. Every contract you secure with the Department of Corrections contributes to a larger mission of justice reform, successful reentry, community safety. Your business success becomes part of the transformative impact that extends far beyond financial returns. So, let me go here. It says the path to DOC contracting success requires dedication, compliance, excellence, and unwavering commitment to the highest standards. But for those willing to meet these challenges, the rewards include both substantial business opportunities and the satisfaction of meaningful contribution to justice reform. Right? And if you're ready to get started, go visit Passport today to begin your vendor registration and take the first step towards securing your DOC contract opportunities. Yes, ladies. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
yes.
All right. I'm stopping the share and I'm going to ask, how was tonight's conversation? How was tonight's um presentation? How do you feel about it? Just some feedback. Kim?
As always, Rima, I really appreciate you get providing these resources that folks like myself and my organization would not have otherwise known about, and I always tell you that, knowledge is power, but there's people, and you're unselfish. You share the resources and the knowledge with us, and I really, really appreciate that. And I really, really utilize that, you know, and thank you.
You're welcome. And Dina?
I believe, well, I didn't start my business yet, but I'm like kind of, but I believe that you are very knowledgeable because Kim knows I'm the queen of resource. But you, I think by knowing, like I always say, knowledge is power. I know you're working at it. I think it's about networking with the right people, good energy, positive, uplifting. Because I'm a spiritual person. I always say, if you put God first, He'll send people to change your life.
Absolutely.
So it's important to uplift the community. I always say women of color, we have to work twice as hard. So if we can help everybody we can't bring to the table, but the good ones, we want to see other people win. When we all can get a piece of the pie, the cake, but we have to be open-minded and we have to think outside the box every day because you never know who's in those rooms to change your life. So I'm grateful for Kim told me about it because I went to work today for my state job and I said this is so important that you'll be aware of, even though people who work for the city and there are people who work for the city and they have their own business on the side. So that's a blessing to be aware of, long as it's not a conflict of interest. So that I give out resources. Kim knows I give people resources every day. So that they didn't even know about, people who work for the city. So it's about
Right.
giving that information. And then we're in a crisis. But like even though people are going through a lot, but we have a roof over our head, and by us helping people, we changing people's lives. I know I deal with housing, so I know by getting them keys, that's something they can always remember. That to just go above the call of duty to help somebody, because the struggle is real in New York. Around the world is even worse, but we talk about New York right now. So just to be a business owner, being a Black woman, I just want to be my own business because I know that you get to control everything when you work for other people, even though you got to call before you walk. But you want to make sure you able to have different streams of income so that you won't have to live paycheck to paycheck, and know that God got you if you put Him first. So
Absolutely. I believe it. And thank you so much.
yeah.
Um, So, what I'm going to say as I wrap up this episode of Bag the City, next week we're going to be talking about MWBE certified. I'm hoping that I could get one of my good friends on the call. She actually does this, she does the do it for you MWBE certification for people to, and she's getting ready to do a class. I'm actually having her come out to my Womenaires here in Harlem on Wednesday this week, November 12th. So if you're free, if you are available, Dina, you're more than welcome. And anyone in the city that's watching this now in real time, if you're around, then the address is 435 East 120th Street, and it's a community center. And if you are interested in coming out, definitely pull up. We got a gift for everybody. Kim, I'm working on creating what you asked for. I had got an opportunity, and I'm just going to keep talking about small opportunities here and there. But Kim, I got an opportunity to build out my Womenaires from the inside out. So I'm able to train facilitators to go out, and I should be getting some funding to do that. I was talking to a funder earlier this week, and I don't think anybody else is going to take advantage of the situation because I am a registered vendor with NYCHA in Section 3. There's an organization called Crown Council that was looking for 4 organizations to donate, to not donate, to grant or give businesses, not so they're looking to give money and support 4 different Section 3 businesses to help build out their technical support within their infrastructure to build out and help their company build out. So I had wrote to them. At first, it was for me to teach technical assistance outwardly. So like Kim, you're a womenaire. So you will come to the class. I'll give you all the kits. You'll take the kit, go do what you got to do to make money. However, they was like, no, we don't want that. We want something from internal. So I made it internal. And I said, I will still teach Kim, but Kim would then work for me. So hopefully, let's cross fingers. Y'all keep your prayers up. We get that grant. We'll get that funding. And I'm looking for more funding for my women there. So if you are a woman and you are in Harlem, if you are in New York City, if you are passing by every Wednesday until it's really, really cold, because we'll probably do more Zoom stuff. But every Wednesday, you can definitely come through, pull up, follow me. Coach Rema on Instagram. Definitely like, comment, subscribe to the Big Beautiful and Wealthy channel, and continue to attempt to bag the city, because I'm going to help you bag the city. And ladies, I
You'll be
think
amazing. Reba is amazing. Dita amazing. These are gems, honey.
because I ain't trying to eat alone. It's too much money. It's too much money out here to be trying to eat by yourself. Like, I can't be at a table being a gluten. And I know gluten ain't a thing, but gluttonous, right? I can't be gluttonous at a table that was prepared for all of us. Does that make sense? Like, if I got the knowledge, my job is to actually give it to my people so my people could uplift. As I
That's right.
mentioned at the beginning of this, go ahead, Dina.
I said you like with me, Kim, and you. We always want to uplift. We are Black women that rock, first of all, and they're all good Black women that want to see other women win. So basically, but everybody you can't bring with you. You want good energy. That about business, always about impacting people's lives, and that's a beautiful thing.
So I love this. I thank you both for tuning in. Kim, will I see you on Wednesday?
You know I will. Kim is there.
Bring your book, Kim. I got a new chapter for your book. And if you know any friends that could come out, um,
I'm trying to bring people out, but you know what? You know what? I say y'all don't know. Y'all missing the golden opportunities. Y'all want to sit on the sidelines and then y'all want to talk about complain about what y'all ain't got. But if y'all ain't coming out to get this great gems that can help you move upward
Oh,
mobility, then shut up. These people, I don't know. I can't worry about them to a certain point. I gotta worry about Kim.
that's correct.
hello. So I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
This video,
you.
I'm going to send out the videos because I didn't do it in the last two, but I'll be sending out the videos this week. I just been like a little behind, and a lot of this I do myself. So I want to I'm uploading the video to YouTube, so it will be on YouTube, so y'all can watch that. But I want to make sure that you guys got it and y'all got a list of all the videos every week. So as you are registering, as you are telling other people to register, please spread the news, tell other people this is happening. I can't do this without y'all. All right. And next week we're doing MWBE, your checklist to be a vendor for them. All right.
Oh, I appreciate it. God bless you. Keep doing good work.
Bless you.
I'm going to talk to other women. Well, the positive women. We got to have good energy. As me and Kim would say, we can't have messy negativity. We got to uplift the women, not tear it
Can I
down.
Bring
can
them
I
too.
offer
Bring
you
them too.
look,
Bring
can I
everyone.
bring everyone? I'm gonna offer you an idea. Sometimes, and I hate this thought, this concept that people say this, right? They say if you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room.
That's right.
Yes, it's a
Correct.
lie. We have grew up on so many different isms that doesn't make sense. If you're the smartest one in the room, you are the gift in that room. You are the gift in that room. I walk into a room, I teach GED, right? I teach with the womenaires, like we do seminar work. And I may be smart in some areas in that room.
Mm-hmm.
So am I in the wrong room?
No.
Right. So even with the people that are messy and mixy and the ones that may not get along well or they snap, I like to look at them as not a challenge, but as they need a hug. The same hug we share with each other when we give each other compliments, the same way we talk to each other, they kind of need that too. And maybe they need to be said to it like maybe 4 or 5 times until they understand that they are worthy to be talked to that way and they are
Mhm.
worthy enough to learn how to speak better or be better or do better because the world is watching. Sometimes we don't care about what people see because we don't care about us.
That's true.
You understand me? And we don't care about us because we've been beat down for so long. People have been sitting here telling you all kind of negative things about you, so you might as well live up to it. Sometimes
Yes.
we just get that attitude like, well, since you called me a bitch, I might as well be a bitch. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, and I'm a bad bitch, right? And it's like, okay, I get that. What do you want in your life? I'm not even gonna ask you if you like me. I don't need to know if you like me or not. What do you want with your life? And then they go into, well, I want to go help this person. If you brought that demeanor into a room, would you hire you? Well, I mean, right. Would you hire? Well, I don't act like this in front of employees. So why you act like that when you with yourself? Because you're employed by yourself. You are the representation everywhere you go. So would you act like that for you if you worked for you? Right? And the answer is always no. But these women don't get questioned. They don't get talked to like that. They don't get asked deep questions about what their viewpoint on the world is. They just get up and they just have this
I
energy. And it's
hurt
not.
people,
Go
hurt
ahead.
people. I said hurt people, but you have to address the issue. And I told me and Kim always talk about is energy is real, and I'm all about protecting my energy. Self-care is so important.
Yes.
I'm all about that to me personally because you can't do anything if you're not good. You have to have good, positive people around you that want to be celebrated, not tolerated. So you can bring people like that, but I'm also me personally, and I always think about protecting my energy because you don't need the drama, you don't need that. And I understand what you're saying. People do need hugs, but when you read the rules, sometimes you gotta be listen to your intuition, like that gut. The sun told me not to drive, I'm not gonna drive. So I'm all about, like I said, always about uplifting the community, always encouraging people. But sometimes you gotta listen to that inner voice, I believe. All money's not good money. Like you could be a business owner, but son tell you not to do. Like I deal with landlords, so I always tell them, remember, you paid all that money for that house. You have to pick and choose. You can't discriminate, but you also got when it comes to your money and your business, you want to make sure that listen to that inner voice. I always tell people. That's all I say. You could work hard and be dedicated, but sometimes we don't listen to our own inner voice and we make bad decisions. We learn from that, but you don't want to keep making the same mistakes.
Right. But we don't know we making them if nobody helps us to course correct.
That's correct. That's
And a
it.
lot of people, and this is the argument I have sometimes with people that just want to work with youth. And I talked about that with some folks yesterday. There's people that just want to work with youth, and I don't want to work with no adults. I don't want to deal with adults. I don't want to deal with adults. And I asked the question, is it because you can't handle them? Is it because a child can't really see through you and your truths? Right?
Wow.
Like a youth can't really see you. A youth don't know what to look for to call it out on you. And
Yeah.
sometimes we are hiding from ourselves so deep
Yeah.
that if we deal with an adult or deal with adults, we can't forward face them, try to hide it. But when you're with a kid, we just look like big people to them.
Yeah.
So they're not looking for our truths in us, although sometimes they can find that.
Yeah, the energy
You,
children, young people let you know
youth
stuff.
know this stuff. That's why, and then they play on it. They manipulate them.
Yes.
So you have to be nice to kids. I'm not nice to grown-ups. Like I'm not. Listen, you're lying. You're a liar. You don't want to help everybody. And it's like, what? You're not this. You're not that. This is what you're talking about. This is, and you got to be real. And then they have to hear it
Yeah, and feel it and mean it.
and feel it. And they be like, that's me. Yes. And then once they get that clarity, then it's like, oh my God, I feel much better because no one has talked to me like that in years. Some people don't have parents. They don't have parents that have we have so many barriers as adults.
Yeah.
There's nobody talking to us because of the theory. I only want to be around good people. Like true story, I only want to be around good people too. Right. And I feel like I have enough goodness and light that I can make anybody that's dark good. And it's a challenge, but I do feel like just bring them into my space where I got the Kims of the world, where I got the Yolandas of the world, where I got the folks of my world and my circle. And if you bring them into my space, they're gonna be just fine because they ain't never felt like this before. Never. So I understand it, and you ain't got to worry about those attitudes in my little space because we nip those things in the butt because you ain't got no choice. It ain't no room for it.
No, we don't. It's like,
But we also got to work with those. But we also got to work with those. We also got to work with those messy people, difficult people too. Because I'm in a peer specialist class Monday through Friday, and it's with mental health women that have mental health, and I find that. I I'm perfect in the space because I calm them down. I give them a sense of hope. I tell them that just because you have the mental health challenges, it doesn't have you. And I've been in that space for 20 weeks now, and tomorrow starts the 20th week, and I give those people hope. I said, just because you have a mental challenge, it does not have you, and you still could come and do a business, come to Rema's coaching thing, and you can still do you. There's stuff you could do. You don't need to rely on the SSI and the SNAP benefits. There's other tools and resources out there. Use those SNAP benefits and those SSI to get to the next level.
we also, Kim knows I encourage people just like her. But I work for the city and I deal with messy people. So it's challenging at times. So
No, I get it. And I think it's because of the entitlement. And I want to explain that if that's okay, if you don't mind.
yes, yes.
When you work for the city, you technically work for the people. So they're
Oh, of course.
entitled. So they walk in with entitlement. Get this done because this is your job. And their frustrations of whatever they've gone through for the day and all this other stuff comes out right in that space, which gives us a really bad taste of who we are as people. Because it's like, bruh, I ain't
But
even did nothing to you. How'd
but
you
you don't
coming
know
at me?
that.
All
But you
kind of weird. And mind you, I worked for the city, forward facing community too,
no.
right?
I've worked with the shelter and the my problem is never really with the clients I serve, the people I serve. It's usually the coworker. But you can't change them. They sometimes people want you to dim your light and you got to shine bright. Let's be honest, shine bright like a, some people are threatened because you may know more than them. Instead of embracing their own greatness, they have, because it's you, they're not going to clap for you. But I always say celebrate yourself because you're the one to think outside. But you have to give yourself encouragement because nobody else is going to do that. And then you wait on those people. And then when I always say I'm a spiritual person, so I pick up on people's energy. Like I'm a Cancer, July 21st is my B day. But I'm open minded. But when my spirit, because I used to work in a toxic shelter, most loved by clients, most hated by coworkers, because they hate you because they wish they could do what you do. And that's what a hater is. And I can't change who I am for them. No, I have to be Dina.
Right.
Or and sometimes New York is not for the weak. You got to be strong in New York. People are going to be people, and we have to meet people where they are. And me personally, and all the jobs that I've worked, it was never really the people that I serve. I give them the most respect. I look at it, I put myself in those situations. Like if I was homeless, I want somebody to help me. I'll go above the call of duty. For the fact that I do that, it comes with the price of people hating you. But I'm so used to it. It teaches you to have thick skin. Like I don't care if you don't care for me. I'm gonna be Dina all day. That's it.
I think that when it comes to working for the city, that people are hired by resume, not by personality, right? So you have it on the resume that you could do the job. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. You're going to pass those questions, and then you're going to come on and work for the city. I don't think that people are given any kind of emotional intelligence training in the midst of working in the capacity of human services. So if you don't come with it already, you're never going to learn it. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of us, we're already compassionate, we're already nurturers. But when it comes down to certain other folks, they don't have that. They didn't
Yeah,
have that. They wasn't raised with that.
it wasn't
So
raised right.
so looking at what you do versus what I can do, it's they haven't dealt with their own stuff yet to actually
Yeah.
not project on you. So yeah, I get it. But we got other dope stuff happening. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure, Dina, if you get the chance to come out on a Wednesday, pull up. I would love
I
to meet
will.
you in person.
I would
Um,
love.
and I'll have Kim. Well, I got your number. I'll send you the flyer if you want to. Every week you have to re-register. So you just register in really simple stuff every week until I decide what a membership look like for real. So it won't be a paid membership, but a membership. What it looks like, and this way I know everybody's a
And
member when they walk in the
I'll
door.
probably, you know what I could do? Forward it to, since I have so many nonprofits organizations. I'll just send out, once you send me the flyer out, give it to some people so that they could be aware of what you're doing, because it's networking, it's the word of mouth. And like you said, you never know. Like I met a lady from WLS, so maybe you can reach out to her and see what happens. It's about then getting your podcast radio station. Like you never know who's you just
Right.
think
And I
regular.
also teach GED. So I'll send you that flyer as well to circulate in those organization spaces. Like I want the shelter system, to be honest. I want the women in the shelter. I think the program opens stay a little later than most shelters would allow them to come back. But if they're able to come into 8:30, then they're good. But yeah, but with that being said, this was another edition of Bag the
I'm
City.
so
Plus the
happy.
huh?
I'm so happy to talk to you. You're so bubbly. If more people could be like you and Kim, like all of us women, when you see Black women, Kim knows how I feel about because I got the South in me. Just see positive women, Black women that look like you and that uplift people. You know, we are out there, but it's just like it's just sad. But I mean, I'm grateful that you're like that and Kim is like that and I'm like that, and there's other positive women out there that want.
Absolutely.
You just gotta be around them, and you just gotta be around greatness.
You attract what you are.
Yeah,
That's what we're gonna say. Attract what you are.
that
So
is that is true.
with
'Cause,
with that being said, we're gonna get a ball, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tapping in tonight, and I will speak to you guys very soon.
oh, bless you, and everybody be safe and continue to do good work.
And bless y'all. My dad appreciates y'all as well, and I continue and I will. And
That's
y'all have a good night.
positive energy. That's
Bye.
winning season. Winning season. We're gonna say winning.
Women's season, winning season. I like that. We're gonna use that, Kim.
Yeah, bye. Kim did it again, broke some more folks. Good
Thank you,
night.
Kim. I
You're
appreciate you
always
so much.
welcome.
Send me the
Bye
flyer.
bye.
I'll send it out to everybody. But God bless everyone. Have a good night and be
Good
safe.
night. You
Good night.
too.
Bye bye.
Bye.